one.
First, it's noticing that you have a body. Most of us in the U.S. are only paying attention to neck up.
Welcome to Sad Chats, the therapy session for Stuart.
What is keeping you from stacking your first sats?
I think the thing that keeps me from engaging in it is I just don't know anything about it. So it seems overwhelming.
Welcome to Sat Chats, the Bitcoin podcast where we chat about sats. Sats are the smallest part of a Bitcoin, the same way pennies are the smallest part of a dollar. With Sat Chats, we are building the world's biggest Bitcoin welcome center to serve as your gateway to generational wealth. So if you are brand new to Bitcoin, we will, now that's aggressive, we will chat about that with you. We will find you and we will chat about that
It's
with
like,
you.
see you tomorrow.
Yes, it is the aggressive see you tomorrow of the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. So head to satchats.com, grab your slot in the studio today. I'm going to end up saying that intro every possible way with every inflection and every pause. Like over time, I'm going to have explored every possible way to deliver that opening. I'm your host, Stuart.
And I'm your co-host, Anna Bevan. And with us in the actual studio is 145 Bobby.
All right. Bobby, welcome to Sat Chats. Introduce yourself to our Satillionaires. Let us know who you are.
Okay.
And then we'll jump in.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. My name is Bobby Newell, and I am a licensed clinical social worker and a somatic experiencing therapist and business coach. So I bring all kinds of fun body-based tools to professionals that they can use when they're feeling stressed out.
What exactly is a somatic experience?
Yeah, so it's paying attention to how stress and trauma show up in the body. Kind of like if something traumatic happens to you, where does that energy get stuck in your body, and how do we move through it so that you don't have to live there?
By energy, are you like getting into like Reiki mode or?
I do not get into Reiki, but some somatic experiencing practitioners do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How does one move one's trapped energy through one's body?
What a fantastic
If
question.
one were interested in doing said activity.
Yeah. So at first, it's noticing that you have a body. Most of us in the U.S. are only paying attention to neck up. So starting to pay attention to like, oh, if I've got a pit in my stomach, what might that signify to me? Or if I'm noticing that I never look over to the right, that might be related to a car accident that I had where somebody came and hit me from the right. This gets way more involved.
Whoa.
And, maybe I never pick up on this. But it's showing up where then I'm starting to run into things that are on my right side because I never really look over here. So we kind of work in therapy. We work on that for big traumas, and then professionally, like I'm teaching people to start to notice when they're feeling some stress and how that might manifest in their body before it turns into burnout, before they're losing it on their boss. Or having arguments with coworkers, or feeling imposter syndrome and not being able to move forward with something because they're doubting themselves. There's like big ways to manage it and little ways to manage it.
That's wild.
So My Tummy Hurts is a great example of that.
Yeah. And it's interesting, too, to talk about only experiencing from the neck up. It made me think about two things. Number one, during the Renaissance, there was like a focus on coming down, out, and into the gut. And my favorite author of all time, François Rabelais, was talking about how
Obviously.
your guts may be even better to listen to than your brain.
Yes. We have this lovely nerve called the vagus nerve that connects from the brain stem and touches every organ that we have in our body. And that's how our bodies communicate to our brain, and our brain communicates to our body. Your body is going to notice threat before your brain registers there's threat. And your body's going to start responding before your brain actually tells you what to do.
Is the vagus nerve also how we like judo chop people asleep in one hit like in the movies?
I don't know the answer to that, but I don't think so.
The other thing that I thought of was like a couple of times a day I notice that I'm hungry and I go, oh my God, why do I have to live inside a human body that needs things all the time? Like,
Yeah.
can I just focus on thinking about stuff all day long without having to slow down to eat?
But your brain will lie to you. Your body won't.
So my brain might say, hey, you're not hungry, you don't need to eat, but your body's like, nah, dog, we need some fuel.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wild business.
I will definitely say that my brain definitely does lie to me and say,
Yo.
we can just keep going. You actually are more efficient if you don't have any food.
Yeah, my brain wants to do what it wants to do. And I get very aggravated when I have to slow down to acknowledge that I exist in the physical world and periodically need refueling and slumber and things like that.
Yeah.
I do love sleep, though.
Drives me nuts. I hate going to sleep and I hate waking up.
Why?
I can tell you.
Okay.
Welcome to Sad Chats, the therapy session
Yeah.
for Stuart.
I hate
Right.
going to sleep and I hate waking up. Now, one thing I do love is the Bitcoin. So let's ask you the golden question. What is keeping you from stacking your first sats?
Yes. Well, first of all, I thought Sat Chats meant that you guys were airing on Saturday. So I don't know anything about Bitcoin.
Great. That's awesome.
And in the early days of YouTube, like if you search for sat chats, you would just get a bunch of other people's stuff around SAT prep.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Like passing the SAT. I was like, bro, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We're a
So-
little better now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you explaining in the beginning that Sat Chats was like pennies, that was helpful. That Sats, not Sat Chats, were like pennies, was helpful to me. But I think the thing that keeps me from engaging in is I just don't know anything about it. So it seems overwhelming.
Okay. So have you heard about it before today, Bitcoin?
Yes. Yes.
Where have you heard it?
In the news, other people talking about it, or hearing that about digital currency and people being afraid of that, or people being really excited about that.
Okay. So what's your overall impression of it right now based on what you've heard about it in the news and in your daily life?
I think having a digital currency is great as long as the government doesn't control it. And I think it sounds exciting. There's lots of possibility there. But also worry about like how limiting is it for, because I'm a social worker, like people who don't have money and don't have the ability to access that, what's that going to look like for them in the future?
Okay. All right. So there was 3 things there. Number 1, digital currency is exciting so long as the government doesn't control it. There was number 3, which was, well, what happens if you're poor? Can
Yeah.
you still use it? Does it still work for you? And number 2 was, what was that second piece right there in the middle?
What I said.
I think it was just.
Oh, the exciting possibilities. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when we have 3 things all at one time, I like to slow it down and ask
Sure.
you which one you want to focus on first. Digital currency sounds cool, but can the government control it? Sounds like there's a lot of cool possibilities. What are those? But hang on, what if you're already at a disadvantage? Is it going to make it even worse, or what? You know, like is Bitcoin just for people who already have money? Which of those 3 interests you the most right off the bat? If we listen not to our brain, go down to the gut.
Right?
What is the body telling us?
My body tells me that we should talk about what's exciting about it, what the possibilities are.
That's dope. I love that. I learned the other day that 4 out of every 5 thoughts are negative thoughts.
Again, why you don't trust your brain, but listen to your body.
Seriously?
Dang. Oops. I can't use my left hand. Zara won't let me use my left hand, y'all. Now, that is crazy since our minds are 80% of the time thinking negatively.
Yeah.
When negativity does not occur 80% of the time, period. It's our bodies, or could I call my body my gut, or is that also too limiting? And it's like my whole body could in fact send messages.
Your whole body can send messages.
This is wild.
This is
I don't.
crazy.
I feel like I thought I listened to my body,
Yeah.
but now I really don't know if I do.
I feel bad about how I've treated my body. Because
Yeah.
I'm not listening to my body.
Except
So-
for when your tummy hurts.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like feelings. I'm not a big fan of feelings.
Okay.
And when I feel them, number one, it takes me a long time to realize that I am feeling something. Mm-hmm. Once I'm able to recognize that I am feeling something, I don't know what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only every so often that I actually am able to say what it is I'm feeling. Like sometimes I'm like, I think I'm feeling something. I could be feeling happiness. I could be feeling sadness. Could be feeling anxiety. I don't know. I just sense that I'm currently feeling something. Anyways, I also learned that out of those 80% negative thoughts, some giant share of them is just the same negative thought that's being thought again. So it's not even like fresh stuff. Like 4 out of every 5 thoughts are negative, and like 3 of those 4 is just like your brain making you think the same thing. So I like that you chose the positive stuff.
Yeah.
That is nice.
So what is possible with Bitcoin? Absolutely everything, Bobby. Absolutely everything is possible with Bitcoin. That's why it's so cool.
Okay, say more.
So,
Oh. This
that's
is.
what Anna Bevan says to me.
I
when
say
she
that
wants to hear.
all the time. Say more.
Say more. I'm like, well, what?
I never say less because
Yeah.
I feel like that one is
That's
kind of
nasty.
aggressively mean.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
So okay, let's talk about what's possible with Bitcoin. And I'm just going to kind of free flow at you right now, no specific order. Actually, one of the things that first stood out to me about Bitcoin is the fact that it is a little digital unit that I can send directly to you
Okay.
whenever I want for almost no money.
Is this where having a wallet comes in handy?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Right now, just think about it more abstractly.
Okay.
If I want to earn some US dollars in the United States and send them back to my family in Guatemala, it's hard to do that. I have to earn that money. I have to figure out how to conduct a wire transfer between the U.S. bank and the Guatemalan bank. If I'm not able to do that, I need to take some representation of that money to a money transfer service like Western Union, could be cash, could be a check. Deliver that to them. They take a big old bite out of it in exchange for basically sending a digital text message to itself. They send it down to the Western Union or a like service in Guatemala. That dude takes his chunk, hands your beloved what's left over, and as soon as your beloved leaves, there are people who wait outside of that organization to say, unless you want us to kick your butt, also give us a little bit of what you just got. It also takes days. I mean, it's expensive and it takes days. It's not good. If I'm that same person and I make those US dollars and I use it to buy some Bitcoin, and a better way to talk about it is if I exchange my national currency for this digital currency, then I can go, hey, you ready for some Bitcoin? And my Guatemalan beloved says yes. And then I go, and in 10 minutes, she's got that money.
Okay, so there's no like government tied to like it's not country affiliated.
No,
Okay.
it is very correctly known as electronic peer-to-peer cash.
Okay.
Because it can go from one peer to another peer. And there's not a bunch of madness in between us. So people sending money to one another worldwide in 10 minutes or less, around the clock, by the way, because Bitcoin never turns off. It's just a technology that lives online. So it doesn't open at 9:30 a.m. like the stock market, doesn't close at 4 p.m. like the stock market. You and I can send text messages and emails, which is data, around the clock, whenever we want. But if the data is about money, it can only happen during certain business hours. Why? So what's possible with Bitcoin? Every single person on earth can freely interchange with one another as they see fit. And they don't have to ask anybody for permission. And they don't have to pay insane fees. You know, when we send someone $50 worth of Bitcoin today, it costs us like 13 cents. And people are like, I don't want to have to pay every time I send money. Well,
We do
you're
anyway.
paying right now when you use this money. Because this money buys you less and less and less and less. So there's a fee already built in, you know? Because I know $50 in the 1990s at Crabtree Valley Mall used to get me a whole lot more than $50 does today at Crabtree Valley Mall.
Absolutely.
And that's because that's how it's designed to work. So you're not paying a fee each time you're using the US dollar, but you are. What else is possible with Bitcoin? Holy smokes.
I know. I was trying to figure out where you were going to start with this.
Yeah, you go
because
next. What else is possible?
The thing I'm really hot on with Bitcoin, which I'm going to take your answer of what is possible to like, what do I love about it? I love that it makes investing in my future and saving money actually possible in a way that will allow me to have more in the future instead of not really. Because of the way that the dollar is continuing to buy less, the purchasing power.
Right.
And Bitcoin is holding its value. It's storing what I work for. And when I buy Bitcoin, it stays. And I love that because I work really hard. I have worked really hard. And until this year, I thought I was sort of playing the right game. I was saving when I needed to save. I was investing in buying things that I thought were the right way to store value. And now what I love is that Bitcoin is legitimately storing value for me and making it so I can retire when I want to. I don't even know what that concept is, retirement.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm supposed to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to ever retire, but if I wanted to, Bitcoin is going to make that possible.
So how do you, like, where do you store your Bitcoin? Like, how do you watch it grow? Where do you watch that? And then how do you, like, cash it out or use it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we start with storing first? Do you want to try answering this?
Ooh. My answer would be on a wallet,
Okay.
but it stays on the blockchain.
There it is.
Yeah. Like,
So you did it.
yay! Yay.
Okay, these are terms I've heard.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. So I like to think of Bitcoin and that, that blockchain, which is basically just
A
a
giant
record of all transactions since all Bitcoin time that everyone can look at.
Okay.
Bitcoin is like a gigantic wall of post office boxes.
Okay.
And when you go to an exchange, right, like Strike or Gemini or River or Bitcoin Well, it's just like exchanging your dollars at the airport back in the 90s when you would fly to the United Kingdom. You would take your money that is money and you would exchange it for the money that works where you are. Nobody ever talks about, oh yeah, I took some US dollars and bought some pounds with it. Nobody buys money. They exchange money for another money.
Right.
So what you do with these exchanges online is you say, hey, here's my money. And if you're in the US, it's $1. If you're in Japan, it's a yen. All forms of money are exchangeable for Bitcoin. So you give them your money, and they say, here's how much Bitcoin you get back. And it does go to your wallet, but it doesn't go to your wallet. It stays on the blockchain. It stays in the post office boxes. So basically what someone does is they take their key, they open up their post office box, they pull out some Bitcoin, and then they slip it through the letter slot of your post office box, right? Anyone can put Bitcoin into your post office box, just like you could slip a letter in. only you can open up the box with your key
Okay.
and pull it out and give it to someone else, therefore proving that you own it. But a lot of people go, okay, like I've got some Bitcoin on my smartphone now. You don't. You just have the keys to your post office box on your smartphone. So when some of the naming is weird because you know what we call the thing that holds the keys to your Bitcoin is a wallet. And I can't think of a single man who would pull their billfold out of their back pocket, open it up, and put like a big old clunky thing of keys in there and try to close it up and put it in their back pocket. Nobody puts their keys in their wallet.
Right.
I don't know who came up with the words for this, but they aren't the right ones. Effectively, Bitcoin is stored on the blockchain and it will never go anywhere. That's part of what's so cool about it.
Okay, so it's not like a digital. I'm sorry. It's not like a physical product.
It's not physical.
Right. Okay.
It's digital.
Right.
And it's all contained to where it's like a self-contained value network where the Bitcoin can never leave the network. It can just change hands over and over and over and over again. So it's a way for us to determine how much money we have.
Okay. Why is it a limited resource?
Okay.
Oh, keep going.
21 million Bitcoin. That's all there is. So,
But why? Like
But
if it's not a
why?
physical product, then why is it limited?
because good money is scarce and the best money is fully limited. Let me tell you what I mean by that.
Okay.
All right. So let's go back to before the US dollar when people were using gold as money.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody, by the way, questions this anymore. Just gold has worked for so long that people are like, of course, it's good. Can a government say, let there be more gold? And it simply appears out of nowhere?
No.
No. If you want gold, you need to exchange it for something that the person with gold wants.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to go find it wherever it is. Where is the gold?
Mm-hmm.
It's somewhere in the Earth's crust. Finding it would be super, super hard.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to go out there and get some, then you do have some new gold, at least in terms of being able to use it. And that's worth something, right? So good money is hard to create. Bad money is very easy to create. When the government needs more money, what does it do, Bobby?
Just prints more money.
It just prints it.
Right.
And you know what? It doesn't even print it anymore. It just
says we have more money.
mouse clicks it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They don't even have to go they're like, you know what? Like, can you believe an organization that gets so lazy that printing its own money is now too much work?
Mm-hmm.
So we just need a way to add a number to a spreadsheet somewhere, and now we can buy your hard work.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you work very hard, correct?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Is it fair that there is an entity out there that can buy an unlimited amount of your services for no effort on their part?
No.
That's not cool.
Right.
I'm Bobby. I've done a ton of work. I've done a ton of learning. I gave you a ton of value. I put all this proof of work on this side of the table, and you just went, here you go. It's like they're cheating.
Right.
It's like a cheat code for a game.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not earned. There's no proof of work on their side.
Mm-hmm.
They just create tokens and they're like, here you go, right? This is money. And the reason why it's money is because we say so. And if you don't agree with us, we do have guns. Right?
Well, we do have prison.
Right.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We can just beat you.
Yes.
If you're not in agreement with us. So that's a bad money. because it's so easy to create that printer doesn't even go burr anymore. Button goes click. All right. Now, we know this stuff's no good. And that's why this doesn't get us anything anymore, right? But why is Bitcoin better than gold? For a billion reasons. But the one that we're talking about right now is this. Each year, about 2% more gold is found.
Okay.
And that's because the price of gold is good enough to make it worth me spending my time trying to find some more. We have no idea how much gold there is, however. And if somebody were to hit it super big, and I were using gold as my money, and somebody said, by the way, I just found the same amount of gold. Yes, we've spent 4,000 plus years mining this much gold. I literally just found the same amount again. What does that do to all my hard work?
Well, it depreciates.
By how much?
Half, I would think.
It cuts it in half.
Yeah.
It cuts it in half. And by the way, some individuals have located a space object that's full of gold. There's like some asteroid or something out
What?
there. Yeah.
I was waiting to see where this was going.
What?
NASA or whoever has identified some kind of comet or asteroid or whatever
Elon had to have done it.
that has so much gold on it that if it were to hit the Earth, it would make gold worthless.
Interesting.
Because there's so much gold in it that it's more than we have here. Right? And by the way, we're hanging out on Earth, but the minute we get into outer space, there's so much gold in outer space, it would be stupid to use gold as money. Because it would be, you just find a body that's mostly gold, you mine the mess out of it, and you bring that back to Earth, and you're like, dog, I'm rich. And they're like, well, technically, we're all now poor. So even though gold is super difficult to find, and you can count on it not cutting your value in half overnight, you can count on losing about 2% of your value each year.
Okay.
Which is a lot better than losing 100 billion% of your value every year, which is what's happening over here. What if the money supply were capped?
Yes. So I have so many questions. Well, so that goes back to if it's a limited resource, like what's going to happen when people can't access it?
Okay. You or me?
Okay, well, I'll start with one thing, and then you can go to the next thing, because I think I know where you're going to go with that one. One, Bitcoin is accessible in a totally different way than, like, I'm going to keep using the whole saving for the future, because that's sort of what clicks for me the most. Bitcoin is super accessible, and you don't have to buy tons of it. Like, you can buy one sat.
Okay.
And so, like, that sort of helps with the... only rich people can buy Bitcoin. And over time, one sat will be worth so much because we will have mined all the Bitcoin that can possibly exist, to the point where there's then the other thing, the Nakamoto, that I imagine you're going to go with next. But it can be accumulated in small amounts that hold the value. And so, like, there's not a barrier of massive wealth, of like, you have to start with big chunks to, like, when you buy stocks and stuff. Now you can buy like micro stocks and like pieces of stocks, but that's still like sort of not the same as buying a full stock in something.
Right.
And so the access opportunity opens up in a whole different way. That allows everyone to be able to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
And keep going.
No, I mean, that's exactly it, right? How much was 21 million bucks in the 90s?
Gosh, I have no idea.
That means you don't got to work for the rest of your life.
Right.
How much is $21 million today?
I still wouldn't work.
You would still not work.
Yeah.
Or you would still work.
Okay, so another example of that is, it used to be that retiring on $1 million was like the end all be all.
Right.
That was
Now,
the American dream.
Correct. Now it's $4 million.
The American dream now costs $4.
Correct.
The point here is, these days, 21 million doesn't feel like a lot, right? So a lot of people approach Bitcoin and go, well, 21 million, like, you're going to run out of that, like, right away, right? And fun fact, there's like 60... How many millionaires are there on Earth? There's like 60 million millionaires on Earth.
Wow.
And what's really cool about Bitcoin is if each one of them wanted one Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough for them.
Right.
So even the world's millionaires can't get enough Bitcoin. Now, each Bitcoin is composed of 100 million Satoshis.
Okay.
So think about taking $1 and be like, there's only $50 for us to go around. Well, each dollar doesn't break down into 100 pieces. It breaks down into 100 million pieces, which means there's plenty for everyone. And in fact, 21 million Bitcoin broken down into 100 million Satoshis means that there are currently 2.1 quadrillion units of money available for all of humanity. The current world economy is worth something like 9 quadrillion bucks, or something like that, or 900 trillion. 900 trillion, there we go. Right now, it's estimated 900 trillion is the total value of all human productivity so far, which means there's more than twice that many units of Bitcoin to represent that and help it flow from one to another person.
Okay.
So the point here is, there's enough money to fuel the entire economy.
Yes.
And good story here for you. Like Anna Bevan said, you don't have to buy a whole bunch, right? You can get 982 Satoshis for $1 right now. Jeff Booth came on our show, number 62. Okay, you're number 145. And he told the story of some homeless individual, or they unhoused. Correct?
Yes,
Saying
correct.
that correctly?
Yes.
Okay. Some unhoused individuals who started skipping their morning coffee and buying Satoshis instead. Since Bitcoin is limited in its supply, it means that your ability to buy stuff with it goes up over time.
Okay.
Versus the US dollar, whose supply is unlimited, and you're able to buy less and less stuff over time. So
how quickly is a Satoshi appreciating?
it depends. In the early days, it was going up like 1,000% a year. So an unhoused individual who bought $5 worth of Bitcoin in 2009 would have like $5,000 in 2010.
Okay.
And if he held on to that in 2011, he'd have $5 million, and so on and so forth. These days, Bitcoin is appreciating between like 80 and 100% a year.
Okay.
So
Which is still really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and ultimately, the Jeff Booth story, these individuals got themselves up and out of their situation by saving even small amounts each day over time in Bitcoin.
So I guess the way I look at it is from that social work lens of, you know, I'm 52. I guess I have financial knowledge. Not everyone does. But even for me, Bitcoin still feels like this foreign situation. So if I'm, you know, don't have a lot of financial knowledge and, you know, yes, there's this person who's unhoused who was skipping their coffee, which I love, and putting that money into Bitcoin. But if I don't know, or if I just feel like it's not obtainable, like I'm, you know, if I don't know anything about it or it feels unobtainable, I'm not even going to attempt to do something like this.
Well, it's super obtainable.
It is, but I don't know that.
Yeah.
Right. Like
You
if
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
hear, if you haven't
Yeah, yeah.
heard about it,
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
that's
Right.
the
Because-
sole reason why the show exists.
Because the future of money is here. People just don't know it yet. The world has already changed. drastically from the paper solutions of last century to the money of the future. It's already happened. And I feel so pumped to like be here at the beginning of it. It's wild. It would be like working on the printing press with Gutenberg and being like, dude, we're going to be cranking out books. This is insane. You know what I mean? Like, but people don't know about it yet because mostly what they hear on the news is coming to them through a lens
Correct.
that would really prefer to keep using the money that they're using because they get to make it for free. If I'm the government and I see a superior...
a big sigh.
Yeah. It was a reverse sigh because that was an inhalation.
An inhale, yes.
My body is
I was waiting for the sigh.
My body is sending a message, which is that this is messed up.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm the government and I can see a superior money come along, because I guarantee the experts deep inside the government have already found the same thing to be true, which is, a brand new money is here and it's game over for us. And the only thing we can do is try to make sure people don't know that for as long as possible.
Right.
Because if I can buy an extra day, an extra month, an extra year, an extra decade, an extra century out of this thing, I'm going to be able to get a lot more done before people realize that the jig is up. Right?
So if you were 52 and you were new to Bitcoin, how would you approach it?
Spam. How would you do it, Anna? Bevan? Better use both names.
Yeah, seriously. I was like, how long have we known each other?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I would approach it just like anybody else who's new. I would go a piece at a time so that you see what happens when you buy Bitcoin. So Stuart talks a lot about dollar cost averaging, buying like $50 a week. And if you buy a little bit and it fuels your curiosity, you don't have to drink from a fire hose to be making decisions that are moving you forward that you're going to be thankful for when you look back. And Bitcoin grows with you when you and what I mean by that is that you can learn more about Bitcoin a little bit at a time as you get more comfortable with Bitcoin.
Okay.
And so having some Bitcoin of your own and like having it in your wallet or even like going through an exchange and buying it is enough for you to be like, oh, this is interesting. You literally watch the exchange rate like in value or in dollar terms go up. And like Bitcoiners say, number go up.
You're a Bitcoiner, Abe, so you can say that.
Yeah, I know, but I also I feel like I'm not quite fully there. I feel like I'm a Bitcoiner, but I feel like I'm not really assimilated to the culture of leaving out letters and numbers and misplacing them.
Right. The culture is getting bigger.
It is.
Include more people.
It is. But all that to say is I would approach it a little bit at a time.
Okay.
And then once you are comfortable with what it's doing, buy some more. And then buy some more. And buy some more. And keep going. And where I want to go, and because I started with a little bit and then a little bit more, I want to switch my entire life to a Bitcoin standard, which is everything I have is in Bitcoin, and I like sell off some Bitcoin to pay off my credit cards. And then I don't have any dollars really. Because that feels like the best and like most hopeful state for future Anna Bevan.
Okay.
Which is further than where you are right now. But all that to say, a little bit at a time. Just a little bit at a time.
Yeah. Two things. Number one, how much money could you set aside each month to buy something that you don't really understand and you don't care if it completely goes to zero? It's not going to hurt you. Like, I guess, you know, would you be willing to take $50 a month and being like, you know what, if this turns out to be the future of money, sweet. If not, and it goes to zero, I'm gonna be fine.
Sure.
Could you do $50 a month?
Sure.
Could you do $50 a week?
Sure.
If you could do $50 a week, okay, and this goes back to my outstanding hyper efficient working memory that we were talking about. When I go into the kitchen to clean things up at the end of the night, all right, I know that I need to load the dishwasher and get it running, and I need to wash the dishes that need to be hand washed. If I wash the dishes that need to be hand washed and then load the dishwasher and run it, then I have unnecessarily elongated the cycle of the dishwasher, and my wife may wish for a clean dish at a moment when the dishwasher is still running. But if I can be a smart husband, I'll load the dishwasher first, and then I will get the dishwasher running so that it can be working while I'm working.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense for the dishwasher to not be working while I'm working. Plus, the dishes come out of the sink, and it's easier to see which ones are left. So, don't waste time attempting to understand Bitcoin in its entirety before you get the dishwasher loaded and running. Otherwise, you will have wasted time. Much better to just get $50 a week exchanging into Bitcoin while you listen to more episodes of Sat Chats, go to ChatGPT and be like, what's going on here? Watch more videos, read a book, talk to your friends and family, whatever. Because by the time your knowledge of Bitcoin has grown to where, like Anna Bevan, you're ready to go from buying $50 a week.
Right. It's already way moved on.
Yeah.
It has. It has.
So if I have a Robinhood or a Webull account, is that someplace that I'm going to go and buy Bitcoin, or am I going to do this somewhere else?
I think you can buy
You can buy it
Bitcoin
on
Robinhood.
You can buy it
I
on
think so.
Robinhood.
But I don't know if they let you take it for yourself.
What, really?
Right?
I don't know.
So, people buy Bitcoin on exchanges, and many of them leave the Bitcoin there.
Okay.
That's not the same as buying it on an exchange and getting it into your own wallet.
Okay.
It's like buying a tub of Ithaca hummus at the grocery store, checking out, and going back to the cold case, putting
put
it
it back in
there
there.
with the sticky note and saying, it's mine. Hopefully, people...
Like the work fridge. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Yes.
everybody has their own work fridge story.
Right.
It doesn't work out. Much better to have it into your own custody. I'm not certain if Robinhood lets you take it off their platform into your own custody.
Okay.
Gemini, Strike, River, they will keep it for you if you want, or you can take it from them if you want. And a lot of people, they'll buy a little bit each week until it feels big enough to take it off into their own custody.
Okay.
Bitcoin Well will not take care of your Bitcoin for you because they want you to have your own Bitcoin. So you have to have a wallet and they send it right to you.
Okay.
But let me back up for a second real quick, okay? Because I'm listening to a book and I can't remember the title of it, but it is freaking amazing.
Great
And
start.
in this book, okay, it's taking me through economics, which is really interesting. You talked about at the beginning of this episode how we live here in America from the neck up. And we almost ignore absolutely everything else. How good is that?
I mean, it's not great.
It's not great,
Yeah.
right? Because what's happening when we live from the neck up?
There's so much we're missing.
There's so much we're missing. And if we could listen to our body more closely, what would we do?
We would respond differently. We wouldn't respond out of emotion so much. We'd look for more cues of danger and signs of safety.
Correct. We would make different choices because the signals we were receiving would be a higher fidelity, right? If I ignore that I am hungry, then eventually I will run out of energy. I'll feel weird. I'll be in that spot where I kind of need to eat, but I feel a little bit nauseous. How do I get the train started again? If I could listen to those signals, things would be better.
Right. You won't crash out.
So it's almost like listening to yourself from the bottom up is better than starting from the top down.
100%. You did learn something.
This
I learned
money-
something. You learned something.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. See, we're teaching each other. This money right here with Ulysses S. Grant comes from the top down.
Yeah.
The government says this is money, and they distribute it downward. Okay? Now, after they have created a money that is not true, okay, they then start to print it in order to tinker with the thing that they're trying to run. So, if we lived in a world where the money came from the bottom up, okay? Gold comes from the bottom up. It's just a spontaneous commodity that we find and that each individual human for thousands of years has said, this thing's pretty sweet, right? If we go from the bottom up, then everything can be listened to and acted upon correctly. So, here's an example of that. If I am growing wheat and the wheat is plentiful throughout the land this year, weather's great, folks, then when I harvest that sucker and bring it to the marketplace, people will say, well, there's wheat everywhere. So I'm only going to give you this much gold coin. Next year, terrible weather. Drought followed by a little bit of growth, then there's some hail, crops are over. There's not that much wheat, but I happen to be a smart farmer and I got lucky. I take my wheat to the market, I am commanding some coin for that wheat, right? So the signals of the marketplace are allowed to start from the bottom and go up. But in this top-down scenario where the government from the neck up is saying, hey, you know what? These wheat fields, we don't care about them. These soybean fields, for whatever insane reason, we want to pay farmers a ton of money to make this stuff. The farmer's like, well, here we go. I don't even care about wheat anymore. I'm only going to grow soybeans. And then the soybean crop is destroyed. And the government says, it's okay, we'll still pay you anyways. When you finally get those soybeans to the marketplace or not to the marketplace, the price is jacked up into infinity. And you have no real understanding of what these soybeans are worth, right? And actually, when you create the wrong incentives, people will do some crazy stuff. In the colonial era, they actually had to pass a law that said if you were a colonist, you must grow this much food on your land. And you're thinking, why would they have to do that? Like, you're mandating that people grow food to feed themselves? Yes, because the tobacco was so profitable that they would just rather grow it instead and make a bunch of money by sending it to Europe. And then they get the money like, sweet, now I'm going to spend this on stuff like food. And they look around like, wait, there is no food anywhere because none of us grew food.
No one
what are
grew
we
any.
doing?
Yep.
So when you have a top-down system that is tinkering with everything and ignoring the reality of what's going on, you're unable to actually understand what's going on. Bitcoin is a bottom-up money, but it's better than gold because it's available everywhere to everyone all the time. All you got to do is go online and buy some.
Okay, so for people who want to stay off the grid, how does this work in their world? Like when they want a tangible currency that they can use and they don't want other people knowing they've spent this money, how does that work?
That is a great question. And it is something that we will answer when you come back on in 9 months.
It's a cliffhanger. I love it.
There's so much to Bitcoin, and I can sense it here, that we'll never fit it all into a single chat about sats. The more you learn about Bitcoin, the more you want to learn about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm going insane with my left hand here, too.
I knew you were going to only going to use that hand.
This one's like, nah, dude, I'm back here, right? So, we do ask each of our guests if they would be willing to come back on in 9 months to give us an update on their Bitcoin baby, right?
Yes,
so
I would love to.
All right, amazing. Let me
Perfect.
acknowledge that I like that. So, hopefully in 9 months, we have helped you through the process of downloading a wallet, getting yourself set up, getting yourself some Satoshis, and moving on from there, right?
Yes, that would be great.
That would be great. Okay, and for everyone who's watching in the audience here, it is as easy as going to your smartphone's app store and looking for Strike or looking for Gemini or looking for River. Coinbase is also an option.
Cash App,
Venmo, PayPal, Robinhood. You can't pick up a stone and throw it without hitting an app that will let you buy Bitcoin. Okay? So, really interesting conversation here today. I guess we kind of went into these different areas before I like hit on this sweet mind versus body parallel between humans and economics. How do you feel now that you've had this chat about sats?
I still feel excited. Like I still feel like I want to know more, and then still also have some questions about how to help other people in the community access it, because it does sound like it's pretty easy to access, but they don't know what they don't know.
Exactly, and you know, your initial piece about like, hey, can it be controlled by the government? To me, indicated a distrust of the government.
Sure.
I don't really know of anybody these days
Right.
who trusts the government.
Right.
And so it really is as easy as doing it. Mm-hmm. Like their whole angle is just hoping it takes a long time.
Yeah.
For people to figure this out, because it literally is boop 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 done. My mom figured it out.
Oh, so there's hope for me. Okay.
Yes.
My mom and my dad.
Okay.
My son figured it out. So anybody can figure it out. Let's turn it over then to a very special session with our lead sponsor, Ithaca Hummus.
Correct. We are having cucumbers in honor of you being gluten-free.
Thanks.
So would you like take a cucumber?
Yeah. Lovingly sliced this morning by my wife.
Yes, thank you,
because
Kristen.
She knows that I will ignore my body and just leave for the studio without any calories to my name to eat later when I experience hunger. And so she's like started trying to help me have food when I leave the house. So she sliced these this morning.
So we are tasting lemon dill. Today we'll all taste together in the microphone for an ASMR experience.
Let's go. And see, I'm going to leverage this for the fattest glob yet. Let me see how much I can load up on this thing.
Wow, that's a
That's
lot.
impressive.
I probably could have got more.
Probably. So
I
this
didn't want to get too close into the fingers, though, because that is your tub of hummus once we're done here. And now I feel like I've taken too much of it from you. Let's start over, guys.
Are you going to put it back?
Yeah, let me just go
ahead and put that hummus back.
I'm eating there.
Ithaca Hummus reminds us to buy the dip.
Yeah.
And so we are going to taste the lemon dill flavor today from our lead sponsor, Ithaca Hummus.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's pretty good.
It's actually excellent with the cucumber.
I actually like
I think it actually complements better than the woven wheat.
this. Might be a way to get more vegetables into my diet,
There you go.
because we do this twice a day.
Again, thank you, Kristen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That slaps on the cuke right there.
totally does. Okay, so thoughts on the flavor.
I love it, and I've never had Ithaca hummus, so I will be buying it. It's
Yeah.
really good.
This was my gateway flavor.
If I could go back, I would sprinkle a little bit of salt on the cucumber. Then I would dip that mess into here. All right, this tub
Very
is
good.
yours. IthacaHummus.com if you want to figure out where you can get some. But since you're here in Sir Walter Raleigh with us, it's at Wegmans,
Pretty much everywhere.
Harris Teeter. The only place that it isn't is Trader Joe's, because they're like a walled garden that only allows their own products inside.
It's true.
I'm not very impressed with TJ's, unfortunately.
What?
They don't impress me. I'm not impressed.
It has its place.
I can't.
We're basically Team Wegmans,
Whoa.
plus Costco for the big box stuff.
I mean, TJ's is so close to my house.
Yeah, and I get their model, but I'm not impressed.
All right, we'll discuss more of this later. So we have now reached another part where we are going to, we've gifted you with Ithaca Hummus. We are going to gift you with an offer. So here at Sat Chats, we believe in value for value. And in exchange for your time and coming on our show, we'd like to give you an offer of your choice between $50 in fiat or $50 in Bitcoin, which at today's exchange rate is 49,200 Satoshis.
Okay.
What would you like to choose?
I'm going to go with the Bitcoin.
Yes.
Why would I choose the cash?
Excellent.
Yes, high five.
Why would I choose the cash?
Why would I choose the cash?
Why would I choose the cash?
Title. Why would I choose the
Why
cash?
would I choose the
Why would I
cash?
use the cash? Why would I choose it?
And why would I use it?
Why would I use it? Why would I choose it?
Why would I
How
touch
about
it?
you lose it? Exchange it for Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So the hummus is yours. The Satoshis are yours. This pack of trading cards is yours. It's from number 83, Aladdin, who is at the head of BTC Trading Cards. You've got questions. He's got 10 to 12 trading cards inside this pack. They're going to break down different elements for you to help you learn more.
That's brilliant.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I'm a big trading card guy too, so it works for me.
Well, we're a big Aladdin fan here on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he told me that he would send me another box of 500 on him when I'm ready. Dude's the man,
The man.
right?
Absolutely.
All right. So you bring our, what's going on with my voice?
I don't know.
You bring our scoreboard
Our total.
to 148 who have stacked the sats, along with 9 who have chosen the cash.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
thank you for stacking the sats with us here today. Interesting for me to explore all the possibilities. Usually I'm overcoming objections.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool to, and we didn't even, we Bobby, have not even scratched the surface
I have that feeling. Yeah.
of what is possible with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Because once you go down to the base layer of life, which is this fuel we all exchange with one another, right, to represent our time and energy and labor. Once you take this top-down, signal-poor, upside, topsy-curvy nonsense that we've produced, and you replace it with a form of money that is true and that can send you real signals about what the real price of things are, and it's like you're listening, it literally fixes every other element of life on this planet. But
Interesting.
we'll get you there over time.
We will get there.
Yes.
And in the meantime, where can our Satillionaires go to learn more about you and your book that just came out?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So my book is called Shift Happens.
Okay.
Reclaim Your Energy and Focus Without Quitting Your Job. And you can find it on Amazon. It's a Kindle download, or you can purchase the book. Either is great. And my therapy practice is mindfulcollaborationnc.com. If anyone's interested in following up there, we'd love to have you.
Excellent. Website, socials, all those.
The website is mindfulcollaborationnc.com, and Instagram is mindful_collaboration.
Great. Yeah, fantastic. We'll be sure to include those in our show notes. And Satillionaires, if you have enjoyed today's episode where we have really gone through, it's been like a real whiplash from our previous guests of going deep into the details to starting with a brand new Bitcoiner here today. Click subscribe and enter your chance to win 2 million Satoshis when we hit 10,000 subscribers. Help us to do so before Christmas. If you want to find out ways to support, to sponsor, and even grab your slot in the studio, either in person or virtually, you can do that in our show notes. And Sat Chats is for educational purposes only and should not be construed as financial advice, and our guests' views are their own.
You're getting good.
Thanks. I feel good about it.
It's hitting.
It is hitting a stride. Thanks for watching me go through this together. We live out loud in proof of work.
Yeah.
Until next time, keep stacking them sats.
Stack those sats. And on Bobby's Bitcoin update, we're going to be going over Bitcoin is energy.
Bitcoin is energy.
Bitcoin fixes this. And 1 Bitcoin is 1 Bitcoin. 1 Bitcoin is worth 1
yes.
Bitcoin. We're going to be like just, we're going to be making it happen with you, Bobby. All right?
Absolutely.
So tune in, y'all. August of next year. Bye.
Bye-bye.